Auto racing has come a long way since the turn of the century. And while these early cars may seem somewhat curious to us now, in their day they represented the cutting edge of automotive technology. Auto racing's pioneers may have only dreamt of the technology in a car like the Mercedes-Benz C11. But if they looked at today's championship teams, there are some qualities they would recognize immediately. These are the same qualities that over 100 years ago began building a tradition. Training, dedication, an attitude that reflects a certain love for the sport. Preparation, patience, a willingness to experiment with new ideas and to push the technology and one's own ability to the limit. These are the constants that have endured throughout the years. While only one driver can be the first to take the checkered flag, racing is by no means an individual effort. In order to be successful, the driver's skill and courage must be supported by a special organization of people. People like Max Welti, Mercedes-Benz racing manager. His formula for success?
Teamwork. A teamwork between drivers, between managers, between technicians. And if you end up in achieving that, I'm pretty sure you will have the success you're looking for.
But how do you coordinate the efforts of so many technicians, drivers, and engineers?
You have to train the people, you have to give the people the right feeling about what they are doing, how they have to do it. You have to give them the feeling that everybody, the most important manager, the fastest driver, and the most basic mechanic is a human being, and everybody's work is necessary to achieve the same we are looking for.
In recruiting people, Max Welti looks for some special qualities.
In contrary to a lot of other teams, we are looking for very young people. The positive point about young people is that they are well prepared to learn. They really do want to know everything what has to be learned, what has to be known. The lesser positive point is that they have no experience at all, and they have to learn as quick as possible, but also as safe as possible, whatever has to be learned about this very dangerous job.
Both the team and the race car are constantly evolving.
New technique. New technique is not just coming like that into a team or into a group of technicians. You learn step by step, and everybody develops. For example, we had an aluminum chassis for our race car C9, and all of a sudden we've seen that was actually quite a sophisticated aluminum chassis, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't have been possible to achieve these results. But we have seen that with this standard of technology, it's not possible to go on anymore. We've been there, and that didn't go on anymore. So we forced ourselves to use other techniques. We forced ourselves, as you know, to use carbon fiber materials to build our first carbon fiber chassis.
Mercedes-Benz involvement in Group C racing has a dual purpose. First, as a competitive showcase for new technology, and second, to serve as a test bed for new ideas that may be incorporated into production automobiles. Because Group C racing rules had set a fuel economy standard, Mercedes-Benz faced the challenge of producing an engine with a high power output and high fuel economy. Their solution was based on the M119 32-valve 5-liter V8 found in the production 500 SL. Using the standard block, cylinder heads, and valve train design, modifications were made to the crankshaft, oil pump, and water pump. After reducing the weight, reinforcing and finishing the basic engine to withstand the stresses of racing, specially designed cooling, lubricating, ignition, and engine management systems were developed. The result is a highly tuned engine employing twin intercooled turbochargers that produces 730 horsepower and 590 foot-pounds of torque.
This engine is just, for this type of regulation, it's just marvelous. That's unbelievable how Mercedes developed this engine, more or less coming out of the series, this famous 5-liter V8 engine, and how they managed it to develop the engine, electronics engine management, how they managed it to get to an absolutely unbelievable fuel consumption, and how they managed it to get out a power output what is astonishing. That's fabulous, and apparently nobody else is able to do so.
Leo Ress has been working with the racing organization for over 8 years now, and is said by some to be the star design engineer in Group C racing.
I think to have a good, high-performance racing car, most of it is to have a very efficient aerodynamics, good downforce, and not too much drag, to have the best efficiency of both.
Leo talks about the role computer technology played in the development of the C11.
We are working with CAD, computer-aided design, especially for the bodywork. This car C11, the molds for the bodywork are machined with NC. First the drawings had been made with CAD, then put into the computer, and then we had a big machine and we made the car 5 meter long and 2 meter foam block, only with a computer, without any hand. And then the computer helps us, it's a layout of suspension, calculation, and also we are calculating some circuits, gear ratios, which speed, what's better, downforce, or how to set up the car.
While the computers provide assistance with race car development, it's Leo's staff and their close working relationship that give the C11 the winning edge.
The most important thing is to work together very close. We have a big office, we have contact every day, there's no splitting into groups. Everyone knows everything what the other people does. That's most important in racing, that everyone knows what's going on.
What qualities does Leo look for when selecting people for the organization?
That's very important, that they can handle or react very fast. Without any doubts, they must react very fast and precise. No hurry, no chaos, to be calm if there are some problems, the most important things. And if they have a lot of experience, each year they get an experience, makes it much easier for the mechanics. An old mechanic can react faster and cooler than a young one, but that's what we're working for, to have cool and quiet and no chaos. Chaos is the worst thing you could have during a race.
Joachim Maas is one of the most experienced and successful drivers in the sport today. And like the champion drivers before him, he knows that winning races is not an individual effort. He depends on the technicians in the pit crew to provide critical support.
Well, I think it's the backbone of a race team. They have to be very responsible, they have to be meticulous in their work, and I think without them we are nowhere. You know, as much as we can do as a driver, we are totally reliant on their work and their groundwork, you know, and it's entirely up to them to make it a success or not.
What sets the best mechanics apart from the others?
Attitude, for sure. It's the love and the care they display in their work, which is the vital ingredient in a good mechanic. And if he hasn't got that, he's never a real good mechanic. If he just treats it as a job, he's nowhere. And you know, all the guys we have are very dedicated. You need a lot of love and dedication for the sport. I think that already splits the people, and only the good ones will actually get into the teams.
The automobiles may have changed since the turn of the century, but certain qualities remain constant. Innovative technology, training, preparation, dedication. These are the qualities for success. Bring them together in one organization, and the results speak for themselves.